Wealth is not an accident. It is not luck, nor is it a game of chance. Wealth flows like a river, steady and faithful, but only to those who understand the law that governs it. Many people toil endlessly, striving, saving, and sacrificing, yet still find themselves in lack. Others, seemingly with less effort, live in overflow and ease. Why? Because they have tapped into a spiritual truth most ignore. There is a law of prosperity, and it cannot fail. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals but doubt and fear." This law is not reserved for the chosen few. It is available to anyone who dares to believe and live by it. Right now, as you listen to my words, your energy is speaking louder than your voice. Your thoughts, your feelings, your expectations. These are signals, broadcast through your aura, calling wealth toward you or pushing it away. And whether you realize it or not, you are always practicing a law, the law of faith or the law of fear. One opens the floodgates of divine supply, the other locks the door. The question is not whether this law is working in your life. The question is, what is it producing? Imagine wealth as a stream flowing right past your door. If your heart is filled with fear, resentment, or doubt, it's as though you've dammed the water, blocking its flow. But when you shift your words, your beliefs, and your actions into alignment with divine truth, that dam breaks. The water rushes in, not in trickles, but in waves. The wealthy understand this, even if they don't use spiritual words. They walk with confidence, because their spirit knows that supply is limitless, that opportunity is always near, and that money is not a master to be feared, but a servant to be commanded. You do not have to strive for wealth. You do not have to beg for it, chase it, or exhaust yourself trying to earn your way into peace. Wealth is already waiting for you to open the door, and the key is this law. Today, I will show you how to speak, think, and live in such a way that this law begins working for you, not against you. You will learn how to dissolve the invisible barriers blocking your supply and how to become magnetic to every blessing that belongs to you by divine right. Wealth flows to those who know this law, and today you will know it. There is a divine order to everything in this universe, and wealth is no exception. Money is not random, it moves by law, the same way the sun rises each morning or the tide returns to the shore. Florence Scovel Shinn called this the law of prosperity, a principle that says what you believe, expect, and decree with your words becomes your reality. Your outer world is only a reflection of your inner one. When you live in fear, expecting lack, speaking words of limitation, you unconsciously block your blessings. But when you live in faith, expecting abundance, and speak truth, you align with this unchanging law, and wealth begins to flow to you. This law is not mystical in the sense of being unreachable, it is practical, but it requires spiritual understanding. Florence taught, man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. That means your imagination, your feelings, and your words are constantly shaping your life. If you constantly rehearse thoughts like, "I can't afford this," or "money never stays with me," those declarations are seeds, and they will grow a harvest of struggle. But if you shift your language and boldly declare, "I am rich in every way, and my supply is endless," those words also take root, creating a new reality. The law simply reflects what you plant. Think of electricity. It is invisible, yet it powers everything in your home. If you misuse it, you can harm yourself. If you understand it, you can light up a city. The law of prosperity works the same way. It is impersonal but perfect. It will give you exactly what you expect. If you expect fear, you will see situations that confirm your fear. If you expect wealth, you will see evidence of wealth, and the wealthy, whether they call it this law or not, use it instinctively. They believe in their own worth. They expect good things. They speak with confidence. Their aura broadcasts, "I am blessed, I am supplied," and life mirrors it back. You can start activating this law today by guarding your words. Florence said, "Your word is your wand." Every time you speak, you are casting a spiritual decree. That means your casual complaints are not harmless, they are powerful commands. The universe is listening to every word, every thought, every expectation. If you are tired of living in lack, you must begin to speak differently. Declare daily, Wealth flows to me now under grace, in perfect ways. Let this affirmation be your truth, even before you see evidence of it. The law responds to faith, not desperation. Many people pray for money while secretly doubting it will come. They speak words of hope but carry hearts of fear. This split energy creates chaos in their aura, and life simply reflects that confusion. But when your words and your faith align, when you declare wealth boldly and believe it is already done, the law has no choice but to deliver. Florence wrote, "Faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. That is the key act as if it's already yours. Live as someone who is deeply supplied, and your reality will shift to match." Beloved, this law is always working. You are either using it to create lack or to create abundance. Today, choose abundance. Speak life over your finances. Expect miracles in your money. Align your heart, your thoughts, and your words with the truth that God is your source and His supply is infinite. The law will not fail you. Wealth will begin to move toward you like a river that finally finds its rightful course. Because wealth always flows to those who understand and honor this law. Your words are not mere sounds, they are forces, alive with the power to build or destroy. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Your word is your wand, and with this wand, you are writing the script of your life." Most people speak without thought, unaware that every careless complaint, every fearful statement, and every negative joke is a seed planted in their subconscious. Words do not disappear when spoken. They are creative energy released into the spiritual atmosphere, attracting to you exactly what you declare. Listen closely if you say, "I never have enough money." Life will prove you right. If you constantly repeat, "I'm always broke," your aura will carry the vibration of lack, and lack will show up at your door. Your words are like magnets. They pull into your life whatever they proclaim. This is why wealthy people, whether knowingly or instinctively, speak abundance over themselves. Even when their businesses struggle, they say, "It's only temporary," or "A breakthrough is coming." Their words are a shield, a sword, and a prophecy. Florence often told stories of students who changed their lives simply by changing their words. She wrote of a woman drowning in debt who began declaring daily, "I am rich in divine substance. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways." Within weeks, opportunities arose that cleared her debts, not because she suddenly worked harder, but because her words shifted her energy, and her energy attracted solutions. What she spoke became her reality. Your subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It doesn't argue with you. It simply accepts every word you plant. If you say, "I can't afford this," your subconscious agrees and ensures you stay in that condition. But if you declare, "God is my unlimited source, and all my needs are met," your subconscious goes to work attracting situations to match those words. The law is simple: speak lack, reap lack, speak abundance, reap abundance. The wealthy are often no wiser or holier than anyone else, but they understand this principle, consciously or not. They refuse to curse their finances. They avoid speaking defeat over their businesses. They train themselves to talk in solutions, not problems. And because words are vibration, their consistent declarations create a magnetic aura that draws wealth naturally. Beloved, today is the day to stop cursing your own life with careless speech. Words like, "I'm broke," "I'll never get ahead," or "money is evil" have built invisible walls around your blessings. Tear them down with new decrees. Start every day by declaring, "Wealth flows to me now. I am rich in faith, rich in wisdom, rich in every good thing." These are not empty phrases, they are spiritual laws in action. The Bible says, "You shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you." Your decree is your command to the universe, and it cannot return void. When you begin to speak abundance consistently, your energy will change. You'll notice you carry yourself differently. People will respond to you with more trust and opportunity. Ideas will come more freely because your words have cleared space for them. Florence taught, "A man's word is his wand filled with magic and power." Use that power. Bless your finances. Bless your work. Bless every dollar in your wallet. Speak to money as if it is a faithful servant, because it is. Say, "You return to me multiplied." From this moment, Treat every word as currency. If you wouldn't throw your money away, don't throw your words away. Speak with precision. Speak with faith. Speak as if every syllable is shaping your reality, because it is. Wealth will always flow to those who use their words as wands, not weapons. Visualization is prayer in pictures. It is the secret language of the subconscious mind and one of the greatest tools for attracting wealth. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that your imagination is not a playground. It is a spiritual workshop where every thought is a blueprint and every image is a prophecy. She wrote, "Imagination is a spiritual faculty, and it creates." Most people use their imagination against themselves, rehearsing fear, scarcity, and failure. They see bills piling up, opportunities slipping away, and problems multiplying, and then they wonder why life keeps matching those pictures. Your outer world is simply mirroring the movie you are playing in your mind. Wealthy people, whether they realize it or not, use visualization instinctively. They see themselves successful before others do. They walk into a room as if they belong there, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep knowing that their vision is already complete. This is not pretending, it is spiritual preparation. Life always bends to match what you believe, feel, and expect. When you imagine wealth with conviction, your subconscious accepts it as truth and rearranges your reality to reflect it. Visualization is more than just seeing. It is feeling. If you simply picture yourself rich without feeling the security, gratitude, and peace that wealth brings, the image has no power. The subconscious is moved by emotion. This is why fear works so effectively. Fear is felt deeply, and your subconscious creates situations to justify it. But you can use this same power in your favor. When you visualize wealth, let yourself feel what it would be like to live in abundance. Imagine paying every bill easily, blessing your family, and giving freely without worry. Let that sense of peace and gratitude wash over you until your body relaxes and your heart believes it is already so. Here is a simple daily practice. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine yourself holding a check for an amount larger than you've ever seen. Feel your fingers on the paper, see your name written boldly, and let gratitude rise in your chest as if it has already arrived. Smile as you deposit it in your bank account. Imagine the numbers increasing and whisper, "Thank you, God, that this is mine by divine right." This exercise is not fantasy, it is training your aura to radiate wealth energy. Florence believed that what you consistently hold in your mind will manifest in your life. She said, "If one asks for success and prepares for failure, he will get the situation he has prepared for." Many people pray for prosperity, but mentally prepare for disappointment. Their visualization is filled with fear instead of faith. You must reverse this pattern. Start preparing for abundance. Imagine yourself in environments of beauty and order. Picture yourself walking with confidence, giving generously, and living free from stress. This mental picture becomes a spiritual command, and the universe responds accordingly. The key to powerful visualization is repetition. Just as a farmer waters seeds daily, you must water your mental images with consistency. Even if your reality seems unchanged at first, do not stop. Every day you hold that picture of abundance, you are sending a message to your subconscious that wealth is your new normal. Over time, your thoughts, actions, and opportunities will align with that truth. Beloved, understand this. Feeling is the secret. When you can truly feel wealth in your spirit, your aura will broadcast it to the world. People will sense your confidence and doors will open that logic cannot explain. Visualization is not daydreaming. It is building the future in the unseen realm so it can materialize in the seen. Start today. Feel it, speak it, and watch life mirror back what you have dared to imagine. Many people pray for wealth, declare affirmations, and practice visualization, yet see little change in their finances. Why? Because they are still carrying invisible chains, blocks buried deep in the subconscious that choke the flow of blessings. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "No man can attract money if he despises it. And just as despising money closes doors, so do fear, resentment, guilt, and unforgiveness." These spiritual blockages create an energetic wall that repels the very things you ask for. Think of your life as a garden. You can plant all the seeds of prosperity you want, But if the soil is filled with rocks and weeds, those seeds cannot grow. Resentment is one of the biggest weeds in that soil. If you secretly resent those who have more than you, envy those who are successful, or feel bitterness toward anyone who wronged you, you are blocking your own harvest. Florence taught that resentment ties you to the person or situation you resent, keeping you in bondage. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is a spiritual key that unlocks blessings. It does not mean approving of wrong behavior. It means releasing yourself from the energy of the offense so your spirit can rise higher. Say aloud now, I fully and freely forgive everyone, and everyone forgives me. The gates of my good swing wide open, and I enter my divine inheritance. Fear is another powerful block. Many people fear losing money, fear not having enough, fear failure, or even fear success. These fears create an aura of tension that repels wealth. Imagine a clenched fist. You cannot receive anything with your hand closed. The same is true of your heart. Fear is a closed fist, faith is an open palm. When you shift from fear to faith, your energy becomes magnetic and opportunities start flowing. Florence often said, fear and impatience tear down walls of protection and attract the very thing you fear. This is why fear must be replaced daily with declarations of trust. God is my immediate and endless supply. I walk in divine abundance, now and always. Guilt is another silent thief. Some people feel unworthy of wealth because of past mistakes, upbringing, or religious conditioning that told them money is evil. These beliefs anchor poverty into your subconscious. You must see wealth as a tool for good, not evil, and understand that it is your divine right to live in abundance. Florence wrote, man must prepare for the thing he has asked for when there isn't the slightest sign of it in sight. That preparation starts by declaring your worthiness. Say, I am worthy of every blessing God has for me. Wealth is my divine inheritance, and I use it for good. To remove these blocks, create daily practices of forgiveness and release. At night, before sleeping, review your day and forgive anyone who upset you, including yourself. In the morning, affirm your worth and abundance before the world can plant seeds of fear. Surround yourself with words of life, scripture, and beauty. Your environment reflects your subconscious, so keep your space clean, organized, and inspiring. A chaotic space often mirrors a chaotic mind. Beloved, you cannot call in wealth while clinging to resentment, fear, or shame. Let these weights go, and you will feel your spirit rise. As your energy lifts, so will your finances. Wealth flows freely to those who are light open and ready to receive. Removing blocks is not just emotional healing, it is spiritual preparation. Just as a farmer clears a field before planting, you are clearing your mind and soul to receive an abundant harvest. And once these blocks are removed, nothing, no person, no situation, no fear, can stop the wealth that belongs to you from reaching you. Money is meant to move. Like water, it must circulate to stay alive. When you understand the spiritual law of giving and receiving, you will never fear money again. Florence Scovel Shinn said, giving opens the way for receiving. In order to create activity in finances, one must give. Money is not stagnant, it flows, and those who hold it with fear dam up the river of abundance. But those who give freely and wisely keep that river rushing toward them. Many people unknowingly block their blessings because they clutch every penny in fear. They think, if I give this away, I'll have less. But this mindset signals scarcity. Fear tells the universe that you do not trust its supply, and the universe simply mirrors that belief. But faith says, I can give and never lack, because God is my source, and His supply is limitless. Giving from this posture of faith charges your aura with abundance energy and creates a magnetic pull for wealth to return multiplied. Think of a farmer. He does not hoard his seeds in a barn, terrified of running out. He plants them in faith, knowing that each seed will bring forth a harvest. Your money is the same. Giving is sowing. Whether you give to a friend, a cause, your church, or even a stranger in need, you are planting seeds in fertile ground. And because the spiritual law of circulation is unchanging, those seeds will return to you in unexpected ways. Florence often said, man can only receive what he sees himself giving. When you give joyfully, you open a door for more to flow back to you. Even your attitude while paying bills reflects this law. Many dread their bills and curse them, unknowingly pushing abundance away. Florence taught her students to bless their bills instead, saying, "I give thanks that I am a good steward of God's wealth, and that all my needs are met in full." Paying bills with gratitude signals that you expect more money to come. It tells the universe you are trusted with resources, and trust attracts increase. Investing is another way to honor the law of circulation. The wealthy do not hide their money under fear, they let it work for them. Wise investments, whether in business, education, or people, multiply wealth because they demonstrate faith. Florence wrote, "Faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly." When you invest with wisdom and faith, your aura vibrates confidence, and that energy draws opportunities like a magnet. Generosity is not about the amount you give but the spirit you give with. Start where you are. Even if all you can give is a kind word, a small donation, or your time, give it with joy. The law does not measure amounts, it measures faith. The widow in the Bible gave her last 2 coins, and Jesus said she had given more than anyone else, because her heart was right. Your giving declares that you trust God's supply more than your bank account. Beloved, when you allow money to flow through your hands with gratitude, you prove to life that you are a trusted channel. And life rewards channels that flow, not dams that hoard. When you give, you create a vacuum that God must fill. When you bless others, you set a spiritual law in motion that blesses you. The universe always balances itself, and generosity is the quickest way to shift your energy from scarcity to abundance. Say this now: I give with joy, I receive with gratitude, and I live in overflow. My giving multiplies my supply. Practice this daily, and you will see money moving toward you with ease. The river of abundance will never run dry for those who trust this law, because giving is not loss, it is planting, and the harvest is always greater than the seed. You now hold the spiritual keys to unlock wealth and abundance. Not through endless striving, but through alignment with divine law. Wealth is not a game of luck or privilege, it is a spiritual flow that responds to faith, obedience, and boldness. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "There is a supply for every demand." That means there is already a storehouse of blessings with your name on it, waiting for you to open the door. You are not trying to convince God to bless you. He has already said yes. Now it is time for you to step into agreement with that truth. Throughout this message, we have uncovered the unchanging principles of prosperity. You have learned that your words are not empty. They are laws spoken into existence, shaping the very atmosphere around you. You now see that visualization and feeling are not daydreams, they are instructions to the universe, spiritual blueprints for your future. You've discovered that resentment, fear, and guilt are chains that block the flow of wealth, and that forgiveness and release clear the way for blessings. You understand the law of circulation, that what you give with joy multiplies and returns to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And you have seen that wealth consciousness is not about money alone, but about carrying yourself with faith, dignity, and expectation. Beloved, the time for hoping is over, the time for declaring has come. You must speak to your life with authority. Wealth is not chasing you, it is waiting for your call. You are not here by accident, you are hearing this because heaven is positioning you for overflow. Now is your moment to make a decree that cannot fail, a decree that will shift your energy, open doors, and command provision to find you. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and speak these words boldly, as if they are already true. I am a child of divine abundance. I am rich in faith, rich in wisdom, rich in opportunities, and rich in supply. My aura radiates peace, power, and prosperity. I forgive all who have wronged me and release all fear and lack. Money is my servant. It flows to me easily and endlessly. I walk in perfect alignment with God's law of prosperity, and every need is met before I even ask. I live in overflow, I give with joy, I receive with gratitude, and I bless the world with my abundance. So it is, and so it shall be. Speak this decree daily, not as a wish but as a spiritual law. Let it echo in your heart until your mind is renewed, your energy shifts, and your life begins to reflect this truth. Carry yourself as if these words are already real, because in the unseen, they are. Every time you speak them, you are training your aura to call in the wealth that already belongs to you. You are breaking the cycle of lack and stepping into a season of overflow. You are commanding money to flow towards you, not through effort alone, but by spiritual authority. This is not theory, this is law. Florence said, faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. So act accordingly. Walk boldly, live fearlessly, give generously, and expect miracles daily. Wealth flows to those who know this law, and now you do.